everyone, and welcome to the Art Gallery of Northumberland. My name is Lindsay, the Creative Content Coordinator.
And my name is Avery. I am the Collections and Curatorial Assistant at the Art Gallery.
And today we are going to be discussing our brand new online program, Whatcha WIPN. So I'm going to hand it off to Avery first. Avery, why don't you tell everyone what exactly is Whatcha WIPN and how did we come up with this wonderful concept?
So Whatcha WIPN is an online artist meetup, and kind of how it came about was previously the gallery had an in-person meetup on Saturdays where people would bring their works and work on them and talk about it, and this was something that we really missed. So we decided to alter it to fit a digital format.
Perfect. So who is Whatcha WIPN really geared towards? Are we looking for established artists to come into the conversation or new artists to join on in?
So Whatcha WIPN is geared towards people who miss talking about art with others. We don't have a preference between established or emerging artists. We once had someone who was even in the sciences and just did art as a hobby. So we welcome anyone that has a creative spirit, really.
Right. Would you be able to explain to us what exactly the WIPing part is of Whatcha WIPN?
So WIP stands for work in progress, because part of the purpose of Whatcha WIPN is for people to bring things that they're working on to talk about and get feedback.
Right. And so when people bring in their artworks or their WIPs to our Zoom conference, I guess, what type of artworks are we typically looking to see or expecting to see? Or are there any restrictions to the type of media or mediums that artists can bring to the Zoom meeting?
So Whatcha WIPN is open to all works in progress. Typically people bring paintings or drawings that they're working on, but we've even had people bring books that they're writing or other forms of media.
So how do we get people to actually show their artworks in Whatcha WIPN?
So far, most people have shown their work by sending us a picture or a file of what it looks like, and we're able to, through Zoom, put it up on screen share so that everyone in the group has a really great view of it. However, we also allow people to just hold their works up from their personal webcam. So that's kind of how we have been going about it.
Perfect. So we host Whatcha WIPN on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, but how long are these sessions expected to last for?
So we try to allot 2 hours per session. However, we've been finding that conversation flows really organically, and we don't really want to keep a tight time regimen. So in the past, it's been about an hour to an hour and a half or so.
Right. And I know that I just said that, so we host them on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, but how frequently are we hosting these Whatcha WIPNs?
So Whatcha WIPN, as of right now, happens once a month, like you said, on Thursdays, and the next one is scheduled to be October 21st at 7 o'clock.
Perfect. Can't wait. Can we expect some new artists to join in Whatcha WIPN? Is it also expected that they need to have an artwork in order to join?
Not at all. We definitely encourage people to bring works in progress, but part of Whatcha WIPN is to get people inspired. So we invite people to just come and give feedback or learn about other people's creative process and just engage in conversation.
And I guess the second part to that question is, do you need to have an extensive knowledge of art in order to partake?
So we welcome individuals with all different levels and artistic backgrounds. We have had people join who are still in high school learning about art, and we've also had someone who is actually a professor of art and design at a university. So it's this diversity of experience that has created some really interesting conversations about art. So there's no need to have an artistic background.
Will we be moving to an indoor or an in-person format like we had in the past anytime soon?
So for the time being, we're planning on keeping this program online. While we miss seeing people and physically seeing the works that they have, this is the safest way for us at the moment. And having it online has actually allowed us to have participants from outside Northumberland County, which is super exciting and something we want to continue doing.
Great. So we've hosted 3 Whatcha WIP'ns so far, and in those past 3, do you happen to have a favorite moment from any of them so far?
If I had to choose just one, in one of our sessions, we actually had a participant ask the group a question, which was, what piece of advice would you give to someone starting out? And it just turned into such a wonderful conversation. So I think that's my favorite thing. It's not just seeing different artworks, but getting to hear people's perspectives and enjoying the kind of organic flow of conversation and just hearing about people's relationship with art.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, Avery. So as mentioned, our next meeting will be taking place on Thursday, October 21st at 7 p.m. Avery, why don't you tell everyone how they can register?
So people can register for Whatcha WIP'N through the gallery's Eventbrite, which links for that can be found either on our website or through our social media channels. It's completely free, but we do need people to register beforehand in order to get the Zoom link. And people can book a time slot for themselves to guarantee that they have a certain amount of time to share their work, or they can just sign up for a more general admission ticket to just participate and watch and talk.
Great. Well, we hope to see everyone there, and we'll see you at our next Whatcha WIP'N.
Okay, see you then. Bye.
Bye.